Hey, welcome back, everybody. This morning I got to run to the store. I got to pick up a few things. Kind of a boring morning. Not going to bring you along for that. But we're going to be working on the bike a little later. So we'll catch back up when we do that. So I'm going to go run some boring errands. You guys won't have to see it because it'll be really quick. So, and we're gonna edit all that out. All right, we're back from the store now. Had to go pick up a few things. Gonna get a little work done on the bike today. I'll show you here in a second. There's a luggage rack I got to put on the back on the sissy bar, and then we're gonna change out the brake pedal today too. I'm a little taller, so a little bit higher, extended, push forward a little bit. Just make braking a little more smooth and natural for me. Taller riders, maybe something you want to consider on your bike. So I'll show you how to do that here in just a second. Should be pretty quick and easy. It's kind of a light day today. Alright, so here is my sissy bar, and I need to put this luggage rack on there. Now this luggage rack is off a different bike, so it's a little bit wider. But it's not necessarily a bad thing for me because it'll fit. I just had to go get some longer bolts and a couple spacers. It's actually on my ride. I'm going to have the C-bar bag on there and then another bag here. So having those spacers in there is going to give me a couple anchor points for some bungee cords that I need. So it's actually going to work out perfect that this is just a little bit bigger than what is for the Harley. But it's going to work out perfect. So we're going to get started on that. Alright, well, my camera stopped recording on me halfway through, but I got it on, and you can see I've got the little bit of spacer there, and that's on the top and bottom. So that luggage rack fits now. It's for a bike with a little bit wider back seat, so just had to get a couple spaces in there, which, like I said, for me is going to be nice because I'm going to have a couple anchor points for some bungee cords there to wrap around on that bag that I'm going to have on the back. All right, perfect fit there. So one of the pieces of luggage I'm going to have with me is the Viking Bags large sissy bar bag. So it goes on your sissy bar. I had to get the luggage rack on there to hold up the bottom. Goes over the seat. I'm going to have, once I get the fender back in, I'll put I'm going to have saddle bags and everything I'm going to go on, and then I'm going to have another bag that's going to go on the seat. And then that's why, using that luggage rack, having those spacers in there is going to help me out because I'm going to have a couple anchor points for some bungee cords to go around that other bag and hold it in place. Don't want to lose my luggage while I'm driving down the road. Alright, so now we're going to tackle this new brake pedal install. So I'm going to be taking off the stock one, and I'm going to be replacing it with this Kiryakin. It's the extended brake pedal, so it kind of pushes it forward and down a little bit. Since I'm a little bit taller rider, it's more comfortable for me to have that on there. So we'll get into that here in just a second. Okay, so here are the tools you're going to need to exchange your brake pedal or replace your brake pedal. Flathead screwdriver to help pop out that cleves pin. Ratchet with a T40 Torx 40 extension. That's to get the existing bolt off the brake pedal lever. Some needle nose pliers to get a cotter pin out, and a 3/16 inch and a 3/16 Allen wrench and a 7/16 inch wrench to get the floorboards off, and then some grease or a grease gun to put on the inside of the new brake pedal when you get it on. Pretty simple, pretty easy, not a whole lot of tools that you need for this one. So this should be a fairly straightforward and easy install. You don't need too many tools for it. The one thing you will need to get the stock one off is a T40 Torx adapter here. Whoops, dropping my tools. Just kind of get this and get that loosened up to start here. And then the other thing, I don't know if I can get it to you on camera. let's see. Yeah, right back here. There's a little cotter pin right there, right in front of my finger. You can kind of see it right there. You can get some like needle nose or something. Get that in straight so you can pull this little pin out. That's what secures the pedal into the brake plunger here. All right, so we've got that little cotter pin out of there now. So we'll need to pop this over to free the brake pedal up from the plunger. Okay, so my clevis pin was in there pretty tight, so I sprayed a little WD-40 on there, and then just took a flathead screwdriver. Let me see if I can get this to focus for you. Come up underneath here, and then just kind of push, and that'll pop it out to where you can get it out. Now your brake lever is free of the plunger. If it's on there pretty tight and it takes a little force, watch out. It might go flying that way, away from you. So just keep an eye out for that. Okay, so there's one step I didn't show you in the beginning that I probably should have done first. But I'm doing it now to get the new brake pedal on. So you have to remove the floorboard. So you need a 7/16 inch wrench for this nut and a 3/16 Allen wrench for the bolt. Just undo those two, take the floorboard off. It'll give you access to put the new pedal on. All right, so now that we have the floorboard off, we have access to get the new brake pedal on. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so before we put the brake pedal back on, I don't have a grease gun. So you want to kind of grease this shaft up a little bit here. Get some grease in there because you don't want your pedal binding up on you. So we'll put a little bit on there, and then we'll put a little bit on the inside of the new brake pedal. So I got my new brake pedal, put some grease. If you have a grease gun, you can use this little nipple and get grease in there once you're all done. But I don't have a grease gun, so I'm going to go ahead and get some grease in there right now. Alright, so you slide that on there. The new pedal is going to be, these fittings right here are going to be a little snug. But just kind of work it back and forth to slide it on there. And then you start sliding it back to where you can line up this bracket with the bracket on the brake plunger. Right, now on this particular brake pedal from Kuryakin, so I've got the bracket lined back up. It's fairly easy, but there's a little bit of a space here. So it comes with this steel spacer to put in to basically extend that that shaft right here that everything screws into. So you put that back in there and then tighten everything down. Alright, now that you got the new pedal on, got the spacer in, the Kuryakin one comes with this nice chrome washer and a new bolt. And you just put that on the existing one. You put your clevis pin back in, the small washer, you can't really see it, the small washer that's on the back side of the clevis pin, and put your old cotter pin back in, or use the one that was supplied with the brake lever. Last thing to do is just put the floorboard back on. Remember, don't crank those down. You want a little bit of play in your floorboard. And then you're all set. That's how you change out your brake pedal.